Good morning, Corinne.
Good morning, Nick.
So we're going to wrap up our three-part segment on the chicken and the egg. If you're, selling your home or you're looking to buy a home, you have to do both at the same time, buy and sell. What do you do first? Which one comes first? Do you buy or sell? We've talked about, last week we talked about buying that new home, making arrangements to buy that new home before you actually sell the home that you're in. Today we're going to talk about contingencies. And there's a couple of different contingencies. First of all, if you found a home you want to buy, you can make an offer on that home with a contingency that you will buy the home once you find a seller for your home. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it's contingent on the sale of your home.
Contingent on the sale of your home.
Okay, so that's a little tricky for a couple of reasons. First of all, in a market like we're in that's really fast and competitive,
Yep.
the seller is less likely to take a sale contingency. Now, if you're in the middle of winter, you might get a shot at it.
Because it's not as busy.
It's not as busy. In the middle of spring, it's really hard for a seller to agree to that.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a couple things that can sweeten the deal for that seller. Okay, and one is that first of all, you need to have your house ready to go on the market.
Right.
It's got to be that you find the house, and the next day or two, your house is ready to go on the market. It's ready for pictures. It's got all the information. It's ready to go. Okay. So you could say, you know what, my offer is contingent on the sale of my house, and you could say to the seller, give me 30 days to sell my house. Okay.
Right.
Have the listing agent of that house see your house. Invite them over with your agent. Invite them over to see it and say, listen, I want you to be able to see that my house is going to be priced correctly.
Yep.
I'm going to sell it really quickly.
It's ready to go.
It's ready to go. And I know that I can get this thing sold in a matter of a short time, because they need the reassurance
Right.
that your house is going to sell. Okay.
So you can say to them, give me 30 days. Here's my offer on your house. Give me 30 days to sell my house. And hopefully they'll say, okay, you got 30 days.
To get a contract, yes. Okay. So then, if that doesn't work, you can also try doing what we call a kick-out clause. Say to the seller, I'm willing to make an offer on your house, contingent on the sale of my house, but I'm going to say you can continue to market your house. Okay. And in the event you find someone that wants to buy it that doesn't have a sale contingency, that can buy it outright, you're going to give me 48 hours to drop my sale contingency. Okay. Most likely you're not going to be able to drop it, but it gives you that time to get your house on the market and try to find a buyer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And lastly, you might want to say, write a note to the owner and say that, I really want to buy your house. I'm going to price it right. All these things so that they can feel that you are really doing everything you can to get that.
And you're sincere.
You're sincere about doing it.
And
there's one last thing that you can do. If you put your house on the market first, okay, and you want to go out there and look, all right, you can put in your agreement that is subject to you finding suitable housing.
So this is kind of a contingency the other way around.
Right.
You are taking offers for your house, but any offer you get is contingent on you finding another place to go.
Yes, it's a little risky because buyers are not going to let you do that indefinitely.
No.
And that's partly because A, they want to get in.
Yeah.
And B, the bank that they're trying to finance through, if there is financing involved, you're only going to get a rate lock for 60 to 90 days.
Okay.
So that's a little risky, okay? But it can happen. I've seen it happen. And if we're going into a busy part of the market, like if we're going in the spring, it's more likely that there's going to be things that they can pick from on the other end.
Right.
Okay, so that's a time in the market, that spring and fall is a time when you really have a better shot at pulling that kind of a contingency off.
Sure. All right. So that's it. Our
That's
series on the chicken and the egg. Which comes first, buying or selling? As we said at the very beginning, it depends on a number of different situations, and there's different ways to approach it.
It is, and everyone's a little bit more individualized.
Yep.
Everyone has a different level of tolerance of what kind of risk they're willing to take.
Yeah.
Okay, because there is some risk involved.
Yeah.
All right, but it's very individualized.
And if you have questions, talk to a lender, talk to a realtor like Corinne Fitzgerald of Fitzgerald Real Estate on Federal Street in Greenfield, who joins us every week here in the show. You and I will talk next week.
See you then.